Title: Love in the Shadows of Jim Crow. The living room was dimly lit, the air thick with silence. An old man sat between his grandchildren, their young faces searching his. His hands trembled slightly as he clasped them together, his voice roughened by age and memory. "I don't know if you're ready to hear this," he began, staring at the floor. "But I need to tell you how I met your grandmother, and why it mattered so much." The children leaned closer. It was the 1950s down in Alabama. Back then, the world was crueler than I ever want you to know. People like me were told to stay with our own. And people like your grandmother were told to survive, to keep their heads down, to never step out of line. There were laws. Jim Crow, they called them. But more than the laws, there was hate in people's hearts. Hate that could get a person hurt or killed. His voice caught, and his grandchildren looked at him with wide, fearful eyes. "I saw her one morning at the library," he said softly. "She wasn't supposed to be there. It was the whites-only section. But she slipped in to read because she loved books more than anything. And I loved her courage before I even knew her name." She looked at me with those dark, steady eyes, and for a moment the world outside disappeared. He paused, gripping his knees. But the world doesn't let love like that breathe easy. People whispered. People threatened. I remember walking her home one evening, and a truck slowed down beside us. Men shouting, calling me a traitor, calling her worse. I thought they were going to kill us right there on the dirt road. His face hardened, his voice shaking. We ran. We ran for our lives, children. Your grandmother never stopped looking forward, even when I was terrified. She had already spent her whole life running from danger. Me? I was just beginning to learn what she carried every day. The children were silent, staring at him as though the room itself had changed shape. "People cut me off," he whispered. "Family, friends, jobs, all because I chose her. But I would do it again 1,000 times. Because she gave me more love than this cruel world could ever take away. And she gave me you." His eyes welled with tears, and his voice dropped to a hoarse murmur. "I'm so sorry. So sorry you have to inherit the same shadows we fought against. I thought by now the world would be better. But it still isn't fair. And I'm terrified that you'll face the same hate she did. That you'll know the same fear I once felt walking beside her." The old man placed a hand on each of their shoulders, his voice breaking. "But listen to me. Your grandmother, your beautiful, brave grandmother. She lived without apology. She taught me that love is stronger than fear, even when the world tries to prove otherwise. And if you carry her strength in your hearts, then no matter what darkness you meet, you will never, ever be alone." The children leaned into him, silent tears slipping down their cheeks. He closed his eyes, holding them close, as though holding on to the last fragile pieces of a story he wished he never had to tell. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below.